guys, to Slugged Up number 6. We are here with my dude Jackie and my other dude Headlock, and we have a very special guest from all the way up north where it's cold as shit.
In a different country.
A completely different country altogether. Man is a musical producer, engineer, and a list of other things. We have the man Odie himself. Round of applause, Odie. Yeah.
There's too much stall.
How you doing, man?
It's been a long road here, but I'm finally here.
All the way on Slugged Up 6.
You guys better make this one count because I'm pretty sure as I was adjusting my light just now, some fucking pure asbestos fell down on my chair.
Yeah, you're gonna die after the cast. I'm glad we got this.
No, you got at least 25 years.
I'm gonna need one of those pamphlets that they give you on the TV commercials.
For mesothelioma?
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is. I don't want to try it, bro. Not right now. Not on a podcast.
What's it like in Canada right now?
Well, the weather is like going all over. I don't know how it's been down there, but here, last week, it was like minus 30 Celsius, or not Celsius, Fahrenheit, which is fucking cold as shit still, like either way.
Yeah, we don't experience that here.
No, you never do. In a lot of parts of the world, a lot of times in the winter, it'll be so cold in February that they compare it to like being on Mars or some shit. I'm sure you've seen that in the news.
I have not.
I've
never seen that comparison.
You'll see it this year because it's gonna get colder. This week it's like just below freezing, and everything is literally like brown outside. All the snow, all the houses.
Yo, if that shit happened here, it'd be an emergency. Like,
that's what I was
the
gonna ask.
governor would be calling. Like, everybody would be like, no school, nobody go to work ever. No
I was
driving.
gonna ask, does everything shut down when it gets like that bad?
Or does... Up here, no, it doesn't.
We'll talk about
it's just like, oh, it's pretty bad today.
Yeah, it's just like, fucking wear extra clothing, like when you go out, wear something on your face, like because frostbite will set in. Like, just says that on our weather, like out of nowhere. One time the snow got so bad in Toronto that they brought the army in. And it's like kind of been a meme since like the early 90s, or I don't know when it happened, but it was a long ass time ago. And it's funny. If you can read up on it, go do that because it's really funny.
Damn.
What do they come in like? They come in like save people, or like what's up?
I guess that was what was happening because one year we just got like a really bad blizzard, like not here, but like fucking down south, like southern Ontario, like where Michigan is. And, like, they just started bringing in, like, big army Humvees. They were just patrolling the streets, like, making sure people weren't getting stuck or whatever. It's just some crazy shit. I don't want to get too caught up, because I don't know a lot about it. I can't, like, back anything up with facts, but do read if you have time, everybody.
Do you have a thing up there where, like, they tell you, like, the old saying, get your bread and milk, or, like, whatever the fuck. I've never understood that because milk goes bad if your refrigerator doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
If there's snow and shit outside, you just put it outside.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I guess.
The thing here, like, we always just end up dealing with the snow no matter how bad it gets. Like, I live in the northern parts of Ontario. And we don't take shit up here. Like when it comes to weather. It's different in the summer though, when it gets up to like 100 degrees.
Yeah, you guys don't have air conditioners.
No, nobody does. Why the fuck would you need one when like
it gets
6
cold
months?
As shit, yeah.
Yeah, like literally more than half of the year is just cold and like snow. Like you gotta worry about frost. Like you can't even start gardening until late June. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Where am I living? I want to hear more about where you guys live, though, because I never get to talk with all of you about it at once.
It's very
and, like,
mountainous.
it really interests me. Like, the reason it interests me is because it's a lot, like, it reminds me a lot of where I'm from. Just, like, the way you guys live and shit. Like, it's pretty much the same thing where I come from.
Like the come up's still the same, basically.
We can garden in March like late March.
Yeah, we have to wait. June, everybody's like, "Is your shit dead yet?"
Is your shit dead yet? It's so goddamn hot.
Yeah, don't forget to
Late
water your
March, you
shit.
gotta put a skidoo away, yo. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm not
very
gonna try to talk over you.
when it's hot here, it's I hate to say, but it's moist. It is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
humid as a bitch.
I hate it. I used to have a house near a river, man, and it was fucking. It would get so humid in there that the walls would get wet. Rub your hands on them.
That's horrible.
It'd
Black
be
mold.
wet to some day. So you have to run a dehumidifier. I got a fat one just outside my summer. Still gets like that.
I have that issue here sometimes in some parts of the house. I have to wash them just because. Of
You
the
told me about that. You
levels.
told me your fucking walls were sweating like crazy one day.
No, they're
Yeah.
bleeding.
They're bleeding and sweating.
They're having a
Yeah,
hard
just
time.
weird
It's a
colors
rough day
dripping
for
down
those
them.
walls.
Yeah,
Oh god.
they weren't feeling so well.
Hey, at least you didn't have a baby building. You know what I'm saying?
Like a little shed.
Yeah, a little shed outside.
Most of us have been over like a lot of part of the South and Georgia and everything else. Where have you traveled in Canada for the most part?
Okay, well, fucking, just recently, I went pretty far. I went for like a week to Newfoundland. I didn't do much there. I went with an old friend. And fucking, we just wanted to go see what it was like, but we didn't really take a good route through there. Then the ferry we took, we didn't see any ocean or anything. That's like the furthest I've been. But
That's cool.
everything else has been like within my province. Like, so just from my town to the next one over, and like I've been to Lake Superior. I swam in Lake Superior. That was pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty
You
badass.
touched America.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I've touched American water. Someone probably threw like those Coke can fucking plastic wrapping things in there, and I came into contact with an article from it.
Part of your family's from
It's
Georgia,
very
correct?
American.
Yeah.
Or my family?
Yeah. Way
When did you hear
back.
that?
What?
When did you hear that?
Your half sister.
Oh yeah. What am I saying, dude?
He said, "Yeah, her."
But, dude,
It's our
yeah,
strange connection.
My sister is like half American. Me and her have different dads, and like her dad was Native American. He comes from Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been through Macon more than once.
Yeah,
I think I've
we're-
only been to Macon one time.
Been through it.
I don't even really know what Macon's like. Is it like Savannah?
I mean,
It's
No.
basically
I
the
just
same.
drove on the interstate, so it looked like interstate. You know?
Macon looked like concrete.
Yeah,
It just looks
pretty
like
much.
a. It's real. I didn't explore it or nothing, but when you drive through it, it seems like one of those like Kennesaw-like places. Like nothing special, big buildings, but you couldn't pick
Big
it out of a
buildings
lineup.
and nothing.
You know what I mean?
It's just another place.
It's just another place.
Just
man.
another place, man.
Yeah.
We got a lot of places like that here, but those places are like really, really small.
Wait, hold on. Back up. What did you go to Newfoundland for?
Yeah, I want to hear more about Newfoundland.
Yeah, because I just read
Okay,
that
well,
Vikings
I
founded
want-
it way before America. Like, way before. Like 1,000 years.
yeah, way
Maybe.
before. Newfoundland has like a lot of different environments in it. Like there's like rocky mountains and like cliff sides and like a bunch of shit. I can see why they would have taken interest in a place like it, because the parts that aren't that interesting are sort of like interesting if you've never been there.
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain it. We didn't really do much either. Like I just had to hang around with family the whole fucking time.
So it was a very family-friendly experience.
Yeah, we stayed in a little shed, like fucking
A little shed.
20
There
feet
it
from
is.
the house. Yeah, not a shed, but it was more like a little cabin.
Okay.
It had, like,
okay, yeah.
finished
I thought
flooring
that's what
and
you
a
were
carpet.
describing. I was hoping it wasn't just
And then
like
I-
a shed.
It had like a desk in it, like a work desk, and
Just a
Yeah,
desk.
it's a shed.
It's half a shed, pretty much. And then there were two bunks in it,
Okay.
and we just slept in there. We got really high in there, and we weren't supposed to get high in there, but we did anyways.
What else are you supposed to do when you're in the shed?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing
just a
else to
desk.
do in a shed. Other than meth.
It was like, what else are you
I
gonna
don't-
do?
I
You
don't
just
think-
party there. You smoke and you drink.
That's what we do with our shit.
What was there a fire in the shed?
Yeah.
There was like a fucking portable heater that we had, but no, you couldn't put a wood stove in a shed like that, man.
Be cinders in the morning. Like, we're all warm right now. Wake up and
Oh,
it's
dude,
gone.
you have to
There's
get
no
up,
building
look every.
anymore though around us.
Like in a shed, you can only put like a stove this big, like literally, like no wider than me, and like you have to fucking. I'm trailing off so hard right now in my head. You have to fucking like make sure that it's not too big, and like you have to build certain things around it by regulation.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, you can't put a big fat stove in there, and you'd have to get up all night and like put a log in and close it.
Dude, I remember
Go
those
back to bed.
nights.
It's horrible, man. Like, I'm kind of glad I live in an apartment now. We just have normal like rads, like radiators. Sorry, we call them rads in Canada. Okay, I'm fucking
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Get over it,
I
everybody.
never heard that one.
Yeah, either.
We say a lot of funny shit up here, but no, I hate wood heat. It makes your house smell,
It does. It depends
and
on
it's
if
hard to
that
keep
smell
up
or
with.
not.
Yeah, burning.
We had a
different
fat wood
wood.
stove.
Yeah, if I was burning.
You could put like a tree in there almost. Fuck.
Did you ever cut wood for this stove?
Oh yeah,
Cause I got a background in cutting wood, keeping the basement
you have to,
warm.
man. Everyone in the house has to know how to at least stock the fucking stove because you're not gonna survive. You know, I had days where I was a kid where I got left alone and I didn't know how to do it yet. Like I was real young and like the house would go under 60 degrees on the inside and it was really bad in there. You'd like shiver.
Dude, fuck.
Yeah.
You gotta put your foot down at some point. You just gotta say like, hey man, teach me.
Yeah, teach
I'm
me
6.
how to,
Let me see how to
teach
cut
me how to
this.
stay warm,
Please.
if you don't
It's
mind.
too goddamn cold in here.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how to eat
Like the
either, like
dogs
or
even
cook at the
trying.
time. So like I'm pretty much like helpless. But shout out to my parents though, they didn't neglect me or nothing. But like I had some weird experiences home alone as a kid.
I feel you. I started saying Home Alone when I was like 8 years old.
I got a good story actually about that, about being home alone.
I want to hear some.
Oh, I bet we all do.
I
Go
want to
for
hear
it,
these
bro.
Home Alone stories.
Yeah.
I got a
Yeah.
couple.
Obviously when you're like fucking 12, 13, you want to invite your friends over at the house to yourself for more than
Of course.
And the thing with me is, I was always worried about them coming home or some shit. Like, now that I'm older, I realize that my parents are, like, the last people I had to worry about, like, them getting mad if I had people over. They were gone. But, like, I invited one of my friends over. He came over on his bike, and fucking, he put it inside for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think he was... Oh, yeah, I made him put it inside because I was like, I don't want, like, anyone knowing, like, I have people here when my parents are here.
Smart.
We got the smart idea to like. Okay, no, I gotta retrace this. My friend stole his sister's iPod. She was gone. Okay, and we like elaborated to him that she was taking a bath in the house or something, and like we're like talking to him through this random guy, like through the fucking account, like his sister's account, and fucking we were just like, come over. So he comes over, and like we locked all the doors, turned all the lights off, shut all the blinds, and we just watched as he like ran around the house trying to get in every door. And fucking, I'm sorry if I keep blanking out,
Oh, you're
man.
fine,
I'm
man.
just-
Just try to recall as many details as you can.
You can just edit that out if you
No,
can,
man,
but
you're
like
good.
fucking.
Good.
We kept messaging him to come over again and again and again, like, and he kept like licking the windows and shit, and we were laughing fucking super hard. It was just like a crazy fucking. It was a crazy time in my life to be doing shit like that, but it was one of the funnier stories I had being younger. I got plenty, but I just have to like
Piece
choose them
them
up in my
together.
brain. You guys need to like trigger things for me to talk about more because I just ramble and ramble.
I feel
Go on.
like everybody has been at a house and somebody's got locked out of that house. Like, they just picked somebody and somebody got locked out for like a... I've been in one time. I've seen other people get locked out. I think it happens to everybody at that age when you get left alone. You bring your friends over because it's just fucking funny for whatever reason.
That didn't even happen to me when I was that age. But
my brother had friends that would come over, and I didn't fucking like the ones that lived in the neighborhood. And they were little kids, man, like 8, 9, and I'm like 14, 15.
Yeah.
My brother's like 13. He'd go over there and like play Xbox with like 7-year-olds and like it's whatever, man. But anyway, they come over and like we have one of those front doors where it was like a large oval glass part that you could see through.
Dude, yeah, it was...
But like you had to look through it the right way, so like somebody couldn't really look in.
Right.
Well, I'd see it was one of those kids, and they ding dong, ding dong. There's no cars outside. It's like after school or some shit. Nobody's home yet except me. And I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't want to go to the door, man, because then they'll be like, you want to ride bikes or blah blah blah, some shit like that. And then some of these kids would go to the back door, large glass sliding door, and start banging on the door like, is Gavin home? And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these little kids, man? And that would happen all the time.
You just stayed
Gavin,
in the
he
basement?
tell his friends.
Yeah, dude. And half the time when he was home, I'd be like, so and so's outside, and he's like, oh, I don't want to. Just tell them I'm busy. And I'm like, no, they're not. You don't know what they do when you're out here, bro. I'm like, go outside and tell them to go home.
They're like zombies, but they just want you.
Yeah, they're worse.
Oh man.
I've had you over at my house when my dad used to just leave me there by myself when I was like 13, 14. And then, did you come over as well? Was it both of you?
Yeah, we walked there one night.
Yeah.
That was in like high school.
Yeah. That was like 14, 15.
You went off the porch in your grandma's wheelchair.
Yeah, I went off a
Over
like
a
a
bush.
4-foot drop in a wheelchair into some bushes. Mine was very graceful. Your brother's wasn't. I remember it was really bad.
That was my bad.
That was
I
just
gave him
he
a
didn't
nudge.
go off. He was pushed.
Yeah.
Gave him a nudge.
Yeah.
Nudge.
Like he was already really close to the edge, and I was just like.
You ever accidentally fall into shit?
Yeah, just accidentally.
Like, just anything, like, get this, like, one of my fucking friends just recently moved to town when I was, like, 14. His family was, like, super loaded, so they got, like, the whole house redone. They were digging on the side. Like, they dug, like, a fucking... It was kind of like a ravine-shaped hole on the side of the house, and they were installing piping. And we had to go, like, uptown one day for art class to, like, gather, like, leaves and stuff and, like, rocks and shit. We were gonna make, like, a collage out of all of it. And so we stopped by my friend's new house to go look at how they were doing because there were people working. And one of my friends walked too close to this big-ass hole and he fucking just, like, fell into it. It, like, collapsed under his feet. Like, just like a legit ravine, like, and he fell into it. Has that ever happened to any?
Wait, is that the end of the story?
Just falling into the ravine?
It's
Did you ever
funny,
find
like,
him? Was he gone after that?
No, it was like 8 feet deep, and he had to like climb out of it. And
Oh.
dirt.
Damn.
No, man, I would hyperventilate as soon as I got in there. Like if I could, like if it was
Just
a,
collapsed.
like if it's a small hole I fall in, like I'd be like a little kid in a well. I'd be like, fucking get a team.
It was slightly deeper, but more narrow than a grave. How about that?
Oh, man.
You guys ever dug a grave?
Jesus Christ.
For like a person.
Yeah.
Mm.
I used to work on a farm and there was like holes dug everywhere, like back where we would dig trees, and I mean like the root systems go down like 6 foot deep.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes.
So you're digging graves, basically.
Yeah, like after we dig it, yeah. But they would we'd fill them up with dirt, and they would have like little holes left, like craters.
Yeah.
Walking through, talking to one of the dudes I worked with one day, and I'm like looking over at him while we're walking, and I like mid conversation, I just stop talking. It drops me. It's like like I fall, buckle my leg, but I mean it wasn't deep as shit like where I'm, was underground.
I can relate to that.
Deep.
At least it wasn't like face first.
Yeah, went down a few times like that. One time it was fucking full of water, like one of the holes was, and there's, it was fall time, so there's leaves over the ground everywhere, and my leg goes in that shit. like
Dude,
my whole
glad you
pants
weren't
layer
like
wet,
at a full
cold.
fucking sprint.
Yeah, that sucked. Do you remember Christian Reno?
Yeah.
Man, we were running through the woods one time, like down a hill, and we're like going fast as shit. And I look over at him, and he caught like a hole or something, and just dropped him. Like dropped him hard as shit.
Just fucking foot.
Like they're one
90
minute gone the
degrees.
next.
What?
In Canada, you kind of just
gone the
learn
next.
to like.
Oh yeah.
You just kind of learn in Canada when you're a kid. Like when you're in the bush with your friends, you learn to always walk like this, like looking down at your feet, because you never know what the fuck you're gonna step
Oh,
in. It could be
yeah.
like, you could step on a dead animal, or you could step on a
Yeah.
tree root, or in a 5-foot fucking crease in the ground from a root.
Yeah, man. When we go hiking, I find myself I'm looking between like 3 feet in front of me and the tip of my boots the whole time I'm walking. Like I hardly
yeah, man.
pay attention to my surroundings half the time.
Yeah,
I'm always like this, like especially where I live, the forest is really
Damn.
dense. You just gotta shield yourself. Fucking tree.
Oh yeah, you don't want anything slapping your fucking face. That's a day ruiner.
Nah,
Oh yeah, you got the
we got a lot
Everglades
of
too.
thorned bushes
just
up here and shit.
Fucking. Oh yeah,
Got the needles on.
we just got. I don't know
Ah,
what they
you
call
ever
them,
been
those big
hiking and
thorny
grab
trees
one of
with
those
uncut, like
bats?
the thorns are like an inch long.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what those are. Those pop a lot of my 4-wheeler tires.
Odie, what'd you say about hiking?
You ever been hiking and you grab one of those fucking thorn things?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
You,
yeah.
you don't have gloves that time, you just kind of, and you're like, oh fuck, like that and those fucking whatever they are that
Those are like
stick to your
needle.
clothing.
Yeah, those like what are those? Austin, do you know what those are called? I don't know why I thought you would know what they're called.
What?
Those
With
little-
I have
berries?
no
The little,
Yeah, yeah.
The little. Wait, berries?
Like, are they
They're
red berries?
seeds. No, they're like the little red thing. I keep saying red things. Little prickly things that stick to your clothes.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
what I
don't-
thought you were talking about. The ones that look like hooks, or the ones that are just the ball,
Yeah.
the spike ball.
Either
Ooh,
one.
I know what
The-
you're talking
they're
about, but I
hot.
don't know the name, like
I
the
don't know
official
why.
name of it.
I just assumed I was like, this man
There's-
knows plants.
There's a
Yeah, I don't know that one.
there's some plant that grows out behind the house that like they're smaller.
They get all over your
they
pants and
stick
shit?
to you, yeah.
I
And
know
they're-
there's a
they're
slang
not-
name called hitchhikers.
See, they're
But-
not hitchhikers. I know that those are. These are.
Yeah.
They look different. I've never seen them before recently, and they get all over the fucking dogs, and you have to pull them off, and they're hard as
Oh,
shit to get
yeah.
off.
Mm.
Like it'll pull their
And
hair
patches. Yeah.
out. It's not like some of these little stickers you can pull off your pants. It gets, dude. It will rip your jeans. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like
They're
it'll
built
pull
in, ready
strands.
to
It'll
stay
pull
on you.
strands out and stuff if you don't.
We had this one like pit we used to always go to,
It's great.
have parties and stuff, like the bush out back in my town. And those things lined the whole fucking trail the whole way there. And you know when people are coming back drunk that they're gonna get full of those fucking things. Like I've seen people go face first.
Man.
Talking about thorns, my mom used to just let me, after school or even when I was younger, would let me just run around our property, and we had like 12 acres, we lived in this small trailer, and I would run barefoot through the woods just everywhere, and every evening
Okay.
she would have to like take a needle and get thorns out of
Dig
my
shit out of
feet.
your
Early.
ass.
Jesus
Every
Christ.
and I was just a dumb kid, and I just like being barefoot in the woods.
You're like a little
I
elf
just enjoyed
man.
it. Yeah, I was.
Dude, I remember
basically.
digging through an ant, like barefoot, no clothes on, but like some shorts, digging through an ant bed,
Holy fuck!
and just being like, "Oh fuck, you're not supposed to do that."
I found out the hard way.
Yeah, I ran over to my mom, and she's like, "What the fuck are you? How does this happen?" Get in the
Stepping on
shower.
an anthill with fucking sandals on, dog. Oh
That little-
fuck.
Zits all over
Yeah,
you
man.
from it.
I remember that fond.
I remember when I moved
I
to.
don't know if fond is the right word.
When I moved, I lived around like more like citier kids.
Mhm.
Citier. That sounds funny. And like I would go out, and I was like
Yeah.
8 or 9.
Welcome.
And I would just go out and like we'd be playing and stuff, and I'd be barefoot, and I could run on gravel. I could do whatever, and like those kids were mind blown because I was like a African kid just
I was
running
about to say
through.
they've never
I was
seen
just
the
like a
ginger
Kenyan,
Native
man.
American.
I was just like
Yeah.
a kid.
You got like
just running
big
around.
padded feet.
Dude, yeah, just all
Yeah,
kinds
super
of
calloused.
Like a
yeah,
dog-
all kinds
like
of
a dog's
calloused
paw.
feet. Exactly, I just had dog paws
Yeah.
on my feet.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They're all different colored and shit.
I ran around everywhere barefoot. I just didn't like shoes.
So I'm the opposite. I got what you call bitch foot. Like I don't like. I cannot stand stepping outside without some shoes or something on.
Oh, now I shoes everywhere unless it's really nice grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's different. I'll
love
do
walking
that.
barefoot.
There's some warm gravel, not hot gravel. Warm gravel,
Yeah.
warm pavement.
I'm kind of past that phase.
And if I'm at the
Past
beach,
my
If it's
gravel
pea
phase.
gravel, if
If I'm
they're
at-
smooth and rounded.
Smooth and rounded.
I'm not talking about
Underneath
some chert.
my
I'm
feet.
like
Some chert.
fucking booking across some chert with no fucking
see, I
socks
wouldn't
on
look
like a
across any
savage.
kind of gravel. I wouldn't trust
Run
it.
across
Like,
some
we'll
salt.
step on something sharp out there.
Yeah, just a beer bottle stuck in the Georgia clay. Just
That
That
sounds
scares
about
me
right.
about lakes, man. I'm like,
oh yeah, lakes around here. Don't fucking
Hell yeah.
just walk anywhere near them barefoot, cause
like that's when I'll put some.
Why?
If it's-
When I will
because
wear
there's just
some
beer bottles in
sandals.
it, man. People don't give a
Tees.
fuck. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really bad.
No, you can't do that here. You,
What? You just cut out in that last end. You said something about getting fucked up. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I saw fucked in
I
there.
saw fuck.
you can't. You'll get arrested if you do that.
Oh shit! You'll get arrested. Why?
Yeah, dude. Because like, okay, the way it works here, we have the OPP, which is like the provincial police, like, state police. Then we have fucking the Mounties, like I said, and the RCMP, like the federal police. But then we have conservation officers, and they hold the same power as police, and like even more. In some cases, but like anything you do in the woods will be traced back to you if you do something bad, like start a fire somewhere you can't, or if you litter. They will fucking trace it back to you.
So
Like they're
yeah,
hardcore, man, and
So
they're
the
like
Mounties
they
are
drive
crazy.
around. They're like park rangers, like all over the fucking province, like just in the woods.
Well,
See, we rarely see them here. Do you see them like all the time there? Like you see the vehicles and stuff?
Oh yeah, man. Not as much in the city now that I
Yeah.
live here, but where I used to live with like 1,400 people, yeah, man, they had a big like fucking base of operations. They had 2 helicopter pads, fucking big fucking building right next to the Service Ontario where you get your ID done and shit.
Canada doesn't fuck around with nature.
No,
Take
man.
care of it.
I think I've seen like 4 wardens in my entire life.
They police like hunting and stuff too,
Yeah,
fishing, hunting, all that,
That's
everything.
mostly what ours do. From anytime you hear about them, it's like somebody hunting on reserved land.
Yeah.
Fishing.
Something about hunting.
Yeah, you're not allowed to hunt on reserved land at all.
no.
What's
Actually,
your-
where I
Besides,
come
they have
from
bows
used
and
to be
arrows
the
usually,
biggest game
so they'll shoot
preserve
back.
in the whole entire world.
Yeah, they'll get
My
you.
bad, I keep talking
Scalping.
at the same
No,
time.
you're fine, man.
They don't like. They don't do that anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah. I figured not.
You guys ever shot a bow?
Hey, me and Gavin used to all the time. He had one. He had a compound bow and a
Was the compound one with the 2? Like
with
that you
pulleys
pull?
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
shot
had one
one
of
of
those, and
those
he had
couple
a
times.
what are they called? I can't remember the regular bow.
A crossbow, or
Whoa.
just a
No.
regular old.
That's not a regular.
No, it was a. I don't know. It's a simple word. It's just mind blanking me. Regular. It's killing me.
Just a regular old bow.
Yeah, there's just a simple word for
A
it. Like
longbow?
It wasn't a longbow per se. Recurve.
Oh, recurve.
Regular bow is called a recurve bow.
Mm.
Anytime I've ever shot a bow, I have had the reddest left arm ever. Even though I had like this, my parents got me a bow for Christmas once, and like a little target and everything, and they had like this strap you would put around your arm, and it covered a pretty good part. But anytime I pulled back, it would literally hit me where the fuck that thing wasn't at. I could move it anywhere, and it would just slap the shit out of where it wasn't. And I stopped using it after like 3 months because dude, I can't. My arm is so raw. Like, it's just bloody all the time.
Yeah. I forgot about the slaps until you said that.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially those really strong ones. Like, that fuck your arm up.
Yeah. He got pretty good at it, so I was like, let me say that thing, you know. he had him
shoot that bow.
yeah, he had a target
Pretty
and
good.
everything, and got pretty damn good. And he had like one of those wrist things that instead of using your fingers, it's like a hook,
Yeah.
and then you like have a little really sensitive little button, and it'll and like release it, so you don't actually have to use your fingers and stuff.
Yeah.
You just use like your thumb to hold
I didn't know
like
he was
flex
that
it and
deep.
stuff.
I didn't know he was that deep in that arrow shooting?
I mean, this was like, I was probably like 14 or something. But it was fun, man. He still has the bow. I've seen it at the house. And I've asked him before. I'm like, when are you gonna start shooting that thing again? I'm like, 'cause I wanna. That'd be cool. I don't want to hunt or nothing, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, just shoot targets
just
or
to
something.
shoot.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
We used to shoot fucking cans off the top of a fence and stuff. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I never shot a bow, but I had this friend that was really into them. Every time I'd go to his house, that's all he would just play with. He would shoot.
Do you have like different blade tips and different feathers and stuff on
Everything,
the back?
man.
All kinds of shit?
Everything.
That reminds me of
Absolutely
something
everything.
else. One of my uncles used to fight chickens.
I was about to say that could
And
be
he
two
used-
things I could
And
think
he
of.
used to collect he would collect the talons and like the metallic blades they would put and the razor stuff they would put on the chicken's feet.
Yeah.
And those things look crazy as fuck. You got some chicken fighting up there, Odie? Is that popular in Canada?
I don't think it's allowed, dude.
It's not allowed here either, except for maybe Louisiana.
I mean, the most I see.
I'm not even
happens
kidding.
there.
I'm not
Yeah.
even kidding. I'm pretty sure
They're
it's
like,
legal in
we
Louisiana.
can't catch them
What?
all, damn it. Just
It's
let
like
them have
this-
it.
Look that
Fake
up right
bird
now.
is a
What
chicken for the
states
wrong
have
reason.
legal cockfighting? That's the folders,
Oh,
bud.
shit. I click. Wait,
It's
down
not
the bottom,
unreal.
you told me the
Down at the
topic.
bottom. It's down at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Canadian law is like very tame compared to you guys. I find in a lot of ways, but the things you do have are pretty cool. Like the laws on like exotic pets and stuff.
Oh yeah, some of those. Dude, what's
Well,
some of
you
the
can't-
crazy stuff we can have here?
You can't own shit up here, like except for like a small snake or like a lizard. Or something.
I had a Chinese water dragon once.
Yeah,
That was pretty sick.
like
Just found a fact sheet.
That's what it says.
people have chickens here. I was walking through a laneway the
Oh.
Isn't
there were
cockfighting part of our heritage? What the hell?
While it is true that cockfighting has been practiced for centuries in various countries, including the United States, old does not necessarily mean right or even acceptable. I agree.
And they talked about slavery right after that.
But don't throw it in there.
switching gears.
In all 50?
Nope. 39 states and the District of Columbia.
Hmm.
And being a spectator at a cockfighting event is illegal in 43 states and the District of Columbia. What the fuck?
So
It's
you
like,
can do it in
oh,
one
you
state,
can
but
fight
can't
them,
watch.
but you just can't watch them.
Oh, it's
you
one
can-
of those loophole
Yeah,
laws.
let's
like
throw them in the
Washington
dark
and weed.
closet, and whoever wins, we don't know.
It's like you're the one breaking the law here by being here. I'm just skilling my chickens.
I'm just teaching these chickens how to kick each other in the face. That's what I was gonna say.
Their kickens had a chick.
These
Holy
chickens have-
shit! How about y'all are fucking right? The last state to implement a state law by banning was Louisiana, but Louisiana was the last one.
Oh,
Damn.
Man, pretty close.
in 2007, is that what it said?
Here it says it's illegal in all 50 states.
Well, now, but Louisiana was the last one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
leaves a little
It's
bit
probably
out.
got some
Still.
weird loophole law where it's illegal, but like you said, you
right.
can't watch it here, but you can still fight them.
Yeah.
Just don't watch it.
Illegal or not, people are still.
Did you know sodomy is illegal in a lot of places?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that until I heard it.
there's one place in
Something about it.
Canada I think it's illegal. I'm not sure.
Just a singular place
I
in
can see
Canada.
that being illegal.
Just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You think that's you think
I mean,
that's-
I don't even mean. I mean like. I don't mean. Jeez, not like what's it called? Aggravated sodomy. I just
Just
mean
regular-
like.
yeah,
No, I
regular
understand.
I mean,
normal, just
put stuff in your
private,
butt in general.
consensual.
Oh, like if you get caught doing it yourself, like get
Yeah.
on the ground, drop that
Yeah, it's illegal.
screwdriver or whatever you're using.
Like
Is that like a
sex dildos are literally illegal in some states.
Is,
Like you can't
Yeah.
have, like it's illegal to own them.
you think that's a religious law?
Oh, absolutely.
Probably.
'Cause
I'm
I
sure
don't,
it is.
I don't see any other logic behind that other
Yeah.
than someone being like, "That's really
Well,
fucking
that's how
weird.
the
Stop
sodomy
doing
law.
that."
That's how the sodomy
So
law applies.
opinionated.
Like I heard, I forgot where I heard it, but there was some story about these two gay dudes. One got caught cheating on the other one, so one knows the other one is with his new guy, right? Calls the police and tells them to go to the dude's house on some other burglary. I think somebody's breaking into his house. They send the police, and the police find the two dudes and arrest them both for what? Sodomy.
He didn't know if he just entered the room
Right, so the police break up in on your, gay lovemaking
Yeah.
session, and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And then they arrest you for it.
Unbelievable.
And that happens in places where, meth is happening and other shit like
meth's
that,
happening.
and they're worried about butt fucking.
Yeah.
Worried about
What's
butt
happening?
fucking? There's all that myth.
Yeah, that's probably what
It's
they're all
been
hopped up
crazy.
on anyway.
Yeah, hey, right. Get rid of the meth and get rid of the butt fucking.
I think you just found
Choose
the right formula, buddy. We should write just that on one, just a simple spreadsheet thing. Send it to Florida, and just listen. One correlates to the other, guys. Figure it out.
Fucking figure it out.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably the worst.
Oh, speaking of that,
Yeah,
for everybody
don't send it
that's Letterkenny is starting to get more and more popular. You want to talk about how you're close to that, Odie? Like how it's
Yeah,
pretty close to you?
I never knew this until like I don't know 2 years ago, but it's literally filmed like 2 hours south of where I live, and I've been near the place where it's filmed before, and it's like really country looking. It's pretty awesome.
We have a loud dog in the background. Did you say the show's pretty accurate as well?
Yeah,
Despite how
I hear a lot of
ridiculous?
people say it's accurate. I don't know. So, I've never watched it still. I have to.
I feel like we can relate to the characters and situations on Letterkenny the same
Yeah.
way that like really white trash people could really understand Trailer Park Boys. They were like, "Whoa, Canadians
Yeah.
have people like that, just like we do."
Oh yeah, it's like Odie was saying, like watching that show, it's super similar in between like their lifestyle and like how we get by here as well. Like it's not that different. And then in my mind, that just makes me think that small towns they share the same DNA.
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
There's something about it. There's something in the water.
BMA.
Body mass.
Yeah.
Chocolate
And
Bix bookies.
What? That was B&B.
Boom. No, but yeah, small towns are really weird, man. I've had the pleasure of growing up in one, and
It's quite the
it
experience.
really is kind of like Trailer Park Boys. Like, every night that you go out, it feels like a new episode or something in the sense that there's people that are going to reoccur, like every night. And that in and of itself is just entertaining because, like, oh, there's Roger, he's like fucking 28 beers in and going back to the liquor store with his wagon. Like, that's not even a lie either. That's a real example.
Is Roger a real person, or you just use that name?
No, yeah, he was. And he still is.
I was like, oh, Roger's he no longer goes to the store.
No, he is with us. I think he's doing good too. Last I checked, he's cutting down on the liquor, but
He was becoming the liquor.
yeah, he really was. He kind of looks like Jim Lee. to
No
be
way.
honest, like in a weird way. Yeah, he has like the bald head and the square frame glasses. And wears a Hawaiian shirt all the time.
Maybe it always sounds like a laid back guy. No wonder he drinks so much.
No, he gets mad though, man.
Ah,
One of my buddies had to hold him
Yeah.
up to piss before. He's like 60 years old or something. like
got
that.
a red
Some
face
old
at
guy.
all times.
Yeah, bloated, round.
Yeah. He's got senior alcohol syndrome.
Probably, but some of my favorite memories come from drinking in my hometown when I was 13, 14.
Same here. Where we're from, I mean, not everybody. I didn't realize until once I got up a little bit older that not everybody's family was like mine. Not everybody drinks every night.
Yeah. My family was never big into it, but I just went out and drank with my friends a lot. And the things that would happen were crazy. Like, I've seen someone cough while hitting a joint and 4 or 5 feet out of their mouth in the snow.
No.
And I've seen people jump off of really high stuff.
I've seen some backflips off of porch ledges and stuff before.
Yeah. You ever been to a party where there's a pool? We're jumping off the roof.
Sorry, I was coughing. I couldn't hear you.
You ever been to a party where people are jumping off the roof and like I've only been to one. It was fucking weird. I had someone jump right over me and I got really scared.
That they were gonna land on you?
Yeah, you're always nervous at that type of party because like someone's obviously gonna hurt themselves. They're all hammered.
Yeah,
At least-
drinking in pools probably really shouldn't.
And I mean, if that
No, yeah.
person's jumping in there, it lets you know the person that's going to get hurt.
Yeah,
You know? So watch that
it's a
guy.
precursor.
Yeah, he's not even. Especially if all his clothes are still on.
Yeah.
Prelude of
Like
what's
you
to
can
come.
see there's a phone in his pocket and shit, like it's
Yeah.
bulking out. He jumps right
Yeah.
in.
I'm on the
wanna
diving
hear
board,
how-
Karen. And
You want to
jumps
hear how
in.
drunk one of my friends was, dude? He fucking jumped in the pool with his cigarettes, and then he was like, "Fuck!" And then he runs in the sauna and puts them in there to dry out.
What?
You
There's
heard
no way
me
that
right.
works.
You heard me right. It doesn't work. It
You
makes
cannot
more
re-dry
noise.
cigarettes. I know that. It's never. I
No.
won't even relight. Or when I smoked, I wouldn't even relight a half smoked cigarette. It was so bad.
Sounds horrible.
It was futile, but it wasn't even the right first
You wanna
place.
relight, that if you want for somebody. Sorry.
Lighter disappeared into my ass.
Oh,
Dude.
Get arrested for that kind of talk.
Yeah, you get arrested for that sort of thing. I can't believe
Don't do
it.
that in
I mean,
public.
I can't, I guess. This world's insane.
Yeah.
But really, getting arrested for putting something up your own ass, for real?
yeah.
Happened to the rights.
Fewer and fewer.
Since I am smoking this, Odie, how do you feel about legal weed in Canada?
Well, there's a lot of aspects to that I can get into. And I'd like to say that this podcast also marks the losing of my ability to run for public office in any way, shape, or form.
You're probably right.
It's whatever. It's part of life, isn't it? But
Probably.
so we elected right before weed got legalized. We elected a provincial governor sort of thing. That's what I'll call it for the sake of this. You guys don't really get confused about the different fucking Canadians.
I appreciate it.
This guy's very conservative, but he's not. I don't know how to describe it. This is the type of guy that wants to make beer $1 for everybody, and just it's not even good beer or anything. We gotta pay more tax on it, and he also introduced this weird thing where you can't open up a weed store in Ontario unless you go through the government. You can't sell it independently here because the government takes some of your profit.
Right.
And that strikes me as kind of shitty for obvious reasons. You don't get to keep your revenue. But I also think on the other hand, it's good for our economy. It,
Yeah, it'll definitely.
it's better than letting it fall into the hands of random people, basically becoming professional marijuana dealers, with a store and everything. That's how it is in every other province. And I hear that the Canadian equivalent of a CVS is basically going to sell the weed here too. So I'm not too worried about that, but it kind of irks me in a way.
We have a CVS. That's crazy. Imagine if the CVS
You
just
said the
started.
American.
Yeah.
I know.
It would be like that.
Oh,
Saying.
yeah. Yeah, that would be walking.
Just straight up
pack
the
of roll
CVS.
joints.
I get mine at Walgreens.
I mean-
You're Walgreens man.
Yeah.
Like they've been green from the get go, bitch.
Yeah. They even built for this.
When you order your fucking your medicinal shatter here in Canada, it shows up at the drugstore. You can go pick it up from there once it comes to. It's been like that for a while. In a lot of places.
Here, if your medicinal shatter showed up anywhere, they'd put you in a cell.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
tell you give them some money, and then they let you out very quickly.
No,
There's
yeah.
too many people in the jails here.
That's also the thing about shatters. I'm pretty sure it's still illegal here, but I'm not too sure. I honestly I haven't looked into it as much as I should. Pre legalization, I was keeping up with it super lots.
You told me that something happens in April there, and it was just specifically your Providence.
Yeah, that's when the government regulated stores are gonna start showing up around here. So it's gonna take a whole lot longer for it to show up. For now, you have to order some off of something called the Ontario Cannabis Store, and people have complained about it so much already that I'm really not thinking I'd ever order from there. You basically like get like a bunch of plastic like packaging, like you know when you get a pack and it just comes in that fucking cellophane bag, and
Yeah.
that's it. Like it's sealed, smell proof.
Well, we
They
don't.
send you-
Yeah.
They send you a box and a fucking, and it's got like plastic holding and then a jar and then like 2 lids, like, and like you order, and that's the thing, if you order like an ounce of weed too, they're gonna send it to you 4 different boxes with 4 different pieces of plastic and 4 different jars, and like that's not even the only thing that people are complaining about. Apparently they found mold in a certain strain of
no.
weed that I've actually ordered before, and needless to say, I'm not gonna smoke it. That's my TED talk.
I feel like
So they
that.
got folks who don't exactly probably know as much as these guys who know what the fuck they're doing.
Or what's
Yeah,
happening
right.
is
Yeah.
they're trying to do it
And they wanna-
so fast.
Oh yeah, that too probably.
See,
Yeah, for-
what they're not doing that they need to do here is hire all the like baby boomers that know how to grow fucking good weed. They need to hire them because they're hiring a bunch of young kids to do it. It's like an entry level job.
So
know what I
treating
mean?
it
Not
like
even-
fast food.
you- Yeah, like you could probably get that fucking job in high school. With
Think about
spraying
that
weed.
shit.
Like, I don't even know, but like, it's unbelievable some of the stuff that I've heard about that website.
Like, give me another example, because Molly weed's pretty fucking terrible.
Well, people also said like it in the beginning when they were first shipping out orders, there was like a problem where it was taking upwards of like a month to get people their weed. Like people are still waiting for their weed to this day, I'm pretty sure, like that they
Holy
ordered
shit.
Yeah, that's
last
horrible.
month. And like all of that together, like I don't mean to talk shit about their effort to try and distribute it, but it just pushes like the reasoning behind wanting to do it like this in the first place is because they want to try to drive out like the black and gray market. And the
Right.
gray markets are like the gray market is what I order from. Like it's not illegal. Like it's like registered with the government, but it's not from the government. You know what I mean? It's something like the gray market is basically non-existent now because it's legalized, but the black market they're trying to drive out. But if anything, it's just creating more of a problem with people are trying to order off of it because it's fast and it takes like fucking 2 days to get it shipped across the whole country. Like, you know, they need to really step their game up and try to think in the mind of someone who does that for a living already.
Yeah, you might be right. They could just be driving more people to go. They're like, man, this shit sucks. I'm just gonna do what so and so does.
Right.
That's my personal experience, man. Definitely.
How many plants can you grow there? As a
Four
is that per
per
household?
household.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean that's pretty cool too. The drugstore is going to be selling seeds too, so I'm gonna have to look into that. They're going to be selling like little grow kits, all
That's
sorts of cool
insane.
stuff. I don't know, man. It's like a cultural shift almost, like in a sense where
Absolutely.
nothing will be the same after this once it picks up big enough because it's like still only the beginning. They're just rolling everything out. Like it's gonna become a normal part of life soon. You know, even talking about it on here now, like I feel like there's sort of a stigma where we can't really say everything we want to about it. And that's like fucked up a little bit. Even my parents, like baby boomers, they don't seem to realize that it's legal. They're still worried about the smell and fucking shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's gonna take a while,
Paranoia.
but it's gonna be big. Yeah, people are still paranoid because you couldn't get caught with that before, man. And you still don't want to be caught with it while driving. That's
Yeah,
like,
of course.
they're ramping up the fucking penalties for driving, man.
Driving, just having it in the car with you?
It almost works in the same way. I don't know if it's like, but it works the same way as alcohol here. Is that if you have access to it while you're driving, then it's considered an offense.
Yeah, we have open container here.
I don't think so. You'd have to have it in a separate compartment of the vehicle, I guess. Which I don't know how you would do. Like, you'd have to have it, like, way out of reach, like, in your trunk or something.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to carry it in the cab of a truck, let's say, like, you have to have it sealed. Like, it has to be bought from the government, and it has to be, like, completely sealed up. And they'll let you go on your way. But other than that, like, even if you get caught with weed in your vehicle for now, like, I'm pretty sure they impose a fine. You're high and you're driving, you're fucked apparently. Like, it's getting bad.
Well, I mean, like here, if you're drunk or you're high, you're on pills, whatever, it's all the same.
Yeah.
You get a DUI.
Yeah.
Like,
Here it's different in the sense that every single drug carries a different offense if you get caught while on it. I think, anyways. I know weed and alcohol are different for sure. But I haven't hung around with people like that too often to know.
How do you feel about
People,
all this money getting put into... I didn't mean to cut you off there. What were you about to say?
all good. No, it's all good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Fine. This happens all the time.
Yeah. All the time, even when we're talking like long.
How do you feel about all the money coming into Canada from Marlboro?
You're gonna have to like enlighten me on that a little bit. Because
Alright. It was $1.8 billion put into one particular company, Corvos or something, Krobos, I forget how you say it. I'm gonna look up the article real quick. Found
Alright.
it. That was really good. Kronos. Wow, how did I forget that?
Kronos.
1.8 billion American, 2.4 billion Canadian
Holy.
was...
For what?
It was sank into cannabis. Just cannabis, man. Just cannabis.
the maker of
We're gonna
Marlboro
have brand
cigarettes is
selection.
putting tons of money into, let's see, into the legal marijuana business. They're gonna, from what we read earlier, it seemed like they're gonna try to shift the tobacco.
They're trying to shift tobacco culture, and also they're trying to shift the soybean culture, but they're trying to get more jobs for soybean farmers and growing cannabis. But
Well, that's another thing too. All the farmers here are fucking like selling their fucking like land and shit to go grow weed because it's more profitable now.
oh yeah, by miles.
That's like one thing, and I can see why. Like, they need like other forms of agriculture.
We're not gonna have any food.
Yeah, we're just gonna have a shit ton of weed, and we're gonna be really hungry.
Do you think cigarettes are gonna go up in price because of less farmers? Less
They
of
are
it?
always going up in
Oh
price,
yeah, I mean
man.
they've been going up for as long as I've been alive. They've gone up steadily.
Yeah, but here in Canada, you gotta pay like 80 cigarette.
Did you say 80?
At least $80 or $90 for a carton of good cigarettes.
Okay, it's like 50 to 60 here.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. Like, it's too expensive already. If they raise cigarettes, there's gonna be a fucking riot.
It's gonna keep going up, man. I really do think it's just gonna keep going up. It's like $100 for a carton.
Oh yeah, almost like already.
At that
If,
point,
like,
people are gonna start growing their own tobacco, just like they were growing their own weed.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, man.
definitely.
It's how the cycle works. They want you to do something. Like right now, they want people to smoke weed. It's profitable. It's making money. They're gonna push it out just like they did alcohol or just like they did cigarettes with the commercials, probably the exact
Right.
same way. and you're gonna get hit with this new wave. We're gonna have a generation of everybody
That's
that loves
crazy.
weed.
What do you guys think would happen if they completely outlawed tobacco?
There'd be a huge black market.
Yeah.
Huge black market.
I think that would affect like
If
the
they didn't taper
vaping
it
market.
Dude, yeah, I feel like it would affect the vape. Maybe, depending on how much, I don't know, what the market on glucose would be. And the,
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Seems
I
to
mean,
be
they're already
pretty
trying
high.
to ban. We talked about this in the last podcast with the jewel pods and e-juice and everything else being heavily regulated, where like
Yeah.
it's getting completely.
Oh
banned
yeah.
out.
Okay, well, never mind. It's not like that here. I have like fucking 6 vape stores here, dude.
Dude, we used to have 3. Now we don't have any locally, but there's one like in a bigger city close to us.
Yeah.
But they're just in bigger
Yeah.
cities. Like there's no more local small vape shops.
Yeah. Some guy that ran a store in my hometown got busted for selling synthetic weed, like K2, and
Oh shit.
oil cartridges too. He was selling them right out the corner store, man,
Oh,
in our town.
bro.
And he got fucking arrested for that. Like, they raided the fucking store in
Yeah.
broad daylight.
What are you looking up over there, Jackie?
I remember reading something about kratom. It's starting to be banned in state by state.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
I heard
shit!
about
I
that.
didn't
I heard
know
about
about. I have not heard about.
Yeah, I
this.
thought I read something about it. There's 7 states have banned it so far, including Tennessee and Alabama.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it's I mean, it's I read a lot about it, and I used to take a little bit of it. I mean,
you bought kratom in Tennessee.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Wait, was that Tennessee? Were we in Tennessee, or was it right there and
It's
right
close
on the
enough.
line?
It's Tennessee.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Rossville. It's Tennessee.
Yeah, but man, that helps a lot of people. Some I've been told, a lot, they're like I tried kratom and I don't do Roxy's anymore and shit like that.
Okay.
My neighbor Chris, he drinks it. He said it helps him out a lot. He's got, real bad back pain.
Yeah,
He's like, it
I
helps
took it
a
a few
lot.
times and I was like,
He
few
drinks a
times
lot
it
of
made
it,
me
though.
sleepy. Yeah, it's just like anything, man. Just
Yeah.
like if he was taking pain meds before,
Gotta
and
keep
then
everything in moderation.
yeah, moderation, because
True.
that kratom shit you'll have to drink more and more, just like anything, any drug.
That's all.
Yeah, they say it's good in low dose. Kind of acts like a stimulant a little.
Yeah, I was
Had
gonna
it
say,
one time, so
I
I'm doing
agree.
good.
Yeah, and if you just drink a little bit and you're not used to it, it's like, oh man, it's a mood enhancer. Even like you're like, damn, I
Yeah.
feel pretty nice. Especially if you smoke a little bit on it. Not bad. But I also have gotten sick, and then I haven't done it in a while.
I thought about drinking some the other day, but I didn't.
I still have a bag of it. I haven't touched it in months.
He just offered it to me when I was at his house. I was like, nah.
I had it once with him because he was like, he didn't really urge me. I think he asked me twice, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll try it. But I was really fucking like, no. not gonna
Because
try
it tastes so
Yeah.
bad, man.
Um,
It's if it tasted good, I would drink it all the
She was
time.
laughing.
I've heard of people mixing it with like chocolate milk and stuff.
It's not
Be
bad with
rancid.
coffee.
What do we have?
Really hot
Oh,
coffee.
Did we have it with tea?
I've tried it with tea.
So that's what I
Yeah, we had it
imagine.
with tea and Powerade, tea and blue Powerade, and that's
Ugh.
why I fucking got fucked up. That's why I didn't like that shit. Probably.
It has to be
It's
hot.
still
If it's
bad.
hot, it helps.
The
It
still
makes
bad.
it less gritty.
Hmm.
I hear you laughing over there.
But really hot coffee with some like sugar in it too. It's still not
Yo,
gonna taste
it's like
great,
doing
but that
the
will help a
cinnamon
lot.
challenge, but
Coffee
that shit
already
doesn't
is
taste
gonna
like
enhance
cinnamon.
No,
It tastes
dude.
like asshole.
It smells like tea bags to me,
Ugh.
sort of. And,
It's super bland.
but it tastes. Oh god, like it makes me like my throat dry
Yeah.
thinking about it.
It's just like doing the cinnamon challenge. You guys do the cinnamon challenge? when you
Yeah,
were
I did.
younger?
I think I did that.
I never did it.
Yeah,
Plus,
you
you
did
You
it
see
twice
anybody
in
do the
my
condom through the nose?
I did
A
it
condom
twice.
through the nose?
Twice,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Condom through the nose.
Okay, I forget completely how to do it, but basically like stuff it in your nostril and it'll come out the back of your throat. Run it all the way through. And I saw one of my friends do this one time, and it was
Oh.
dude, it was so. I don't even want to
What
get
the
into it,
Fuck.
but He said his whole inside of his nose like just smelled like latex. Like
Oh God.
Holy shit.
he was a fucking he liked doing like crazy shit though. Like, you got a rush from it.
Was he like the
So
entertainer
I can't blame
guy?
him.
Do they
Huh?
entertain at parties? They're like,
He doing the worm.
Fucking those parties. Like
okay. Is this
Good guy,
Roger?
though,
We're
I
still
guess.
talking about Roger?
no, we're not talking about Roger. Nah, he doesn't throw a good party, bro. He goes sicko mode.
Sounds like he drinks all the beers.
Man, he does. He's just an interesting guy. Like I can't really tell you about him. You have to be in his presence to kind of understand what he's about.
Oh shit.
He's a character, you know.
What's your I can't remember his name right now, but like your closer friend that you shared some really disgusting stories about?
Oh yeah, I don't want to reference him directly
You don't
by
have to,
name.
that's totally fine, that's why I said yeah, go ahead.
So, what should I call him?
We'll call him Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey. I have a friend named Jeffrey.
Okay, well then we're talking
I
about
have two
that
friends
Jeffrey.
named Jeffrey.
We're talking about both of those Jeffreys right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend that just had like a hard time controlling his bowels. And like he was like one of my first friends. Kid. But he was cool as shit. But like he kind of just like I don't know, man. He was funny. You gotta meet him to understand what he's about. But like there were times where we'd be sitting on the bus and all of a sudden he would just look at me and be like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna fucking shit myself. I can't." He'd like start doing like this shit on the seat, like you know, like lifting his ass up, and like the whole one day, man, the whole back of the bus, we sat in the very back, like the oldest kids. One day, the whole back of the bus started to stink, and I just looked behind me at fucking this kid, man, and
Looking at Jeffrey.
yeah, I look at Jeffrey and he's like, he's like, he had this thing where when he would laugh really hard, he would make any noise at all. He would sit there with his mouth wide open, and, like his eyes closed, and like rock back and forth. And I looked at him and everybody had like shit like this, and he just sit there like, like in the bus seat. And,
Why
like,
does he remind me of Jesse? See,
but really though, like there were so many instances of that, like just like everywhere. He had a problem with like he had this weird thing where he like when we were fishing and stuff, like under a bridge, let's say, he would take a piss, but he would like turn your direction and piss at you, like not even care.
damn
Like
Jeffrey.
instead of turning away.
Just piss at you.
Don't even call him that. Don't even call him that.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who he is.
I just like saying Jeffrey.
He's a fucking good guy, and every time I go out and drink with him, like, he's a pretty awkward guy there, and he like hangs around you at a party, but it's like funny. I'll encourage him to fucking like go do shit, and he'll do it. It's how I used to get my laughs out of him in high school. That ended up being the premise of that song that I have, where I told him to roll around in the grass because he had a really big fart before he fell down, and I just wanted to like, I was like, yo, roll over, man. I want to check if you shit your pants. And he rolled, but then he rolled again, and he kept rolling and rolling and rolling. There was a big rim from a tractor in the middle of the yard, and we were using it as a fire pit. He fucking bonks his head into it, dude. And then he reaches into the fire pit and there's broken beer bottles in there, and he starts like, just like kind of poking himself in the head with it. He was real hammered, man. Like real hammered.
Dude, I want to
Some
meet him
fucking-
so bad. Ever since you
Some
told me
fucking-
about him.
Strange story.
Everyone that tells stories about him either knows him or wants to meet him because they already know about him.
I'm
Like,
gonna meet
I don't
him.
know. He's popular. Like a lot of people know him. It's funny though because like the same people that would come to his defense when he would do shit like that were always people feeding him too much liquor at parties. That was the only thing.
We had one crazy person around here, and I remember going to one party at some like popular spot, and he was playing beer pong, and I think he won like 2 or 3 games in a row, and then he dropped 4 tabs of acid, and then the
Holy
next time
fuck.
I found him, he was acting like an owl in a tree. And he used to do this on like several occasions. Not necessarily act like an owl, but just take acid after like winning several games of beer pong in celebration, and then
Yeah, see, man,
go
the
crazy.
kid I'm thinking about, I could never imagine him on 4 tabs of acid, let alone like just like a half a tab of acid. You know what I mean? Like this type of guy, like I don't know, man. Like alcohol and drugs just affect him way differently. Like he gets way more fucked up from smoking weed than he does from drinking, and I don't know why. But like we were partying with him one night, he smoked a joint, and all of a sudden he thought he heard like 4-wheelers coming from all directions because we were in the woods. And, like, he just started looking everywhere and walking around like really compulsively, sort of thing. I don't know. It was fun being around him at parties, though. I went to school with him my whole life. He's a good guy.
Do you guys know anybody like that other than who I described?
Can't say
You don't have
that I
any
do.
crazy, you know any crazy people at all? I feel like at least one of you guys will know somebody who's absolutely insane around here.
I can think of people who are like used to be insane, but they're still fucking insane, and there's something kind of like wrong with them. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You mean just like your standard, just like burnout?
Well, maybe now they
I'm not
seem
even-
that way.
Yeah. I'm just talking about people in general.
Yeah,
We have a lot of those around here.
yeah, we've got a lot of people.
I feel like Odie does too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
Standard small town stuff.
I mean, I was good friends with him, though. Like, I used to hit him up and just, like, listen to him talk about random shit. It was fun. Make me laugh and shit.
We're visiting you in the spring, as planned.
Yeah, why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, that's what I was
What
gonna
the fuck
dive
we're gonna
into.
do.
I don't know.
How long
man.
have we even been running, by the way? Like, how long is the podcast?
We can just keep going, man. We're good on camera. I'm pretty
Check the
positive.
camera?
Yes, I've actually
think so.
restarted it again.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I don't mind. I
Check
don't
it
mind.
again,
Like,
though.
I've been thinking about running off a couple times out of the room, but fuck it, I'm just gonna sit here and talk.
We're still good. Camera's
But
great.
yeah, dude, coming in spring. Leaf Band and the gang coming up to Ontario. How's that gonna be?
Bunny slug in the spring to Canada.
What kind of stuff do you guys want to see when you're up here? Or do?
I want to go sledding.
Well, fucking. It might be not snowy enough.
Yeah, I know. You said it might be and it might not be. And what I mean by sledding is riding on them big old snowboats.
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 Yeah,
What's that?
Snowmobile.
snowmobile.
Okay.
Some
Snowboat.
big snowboats.
A
Man.
snowboat.
Sn-
I mean,
Snow
Some
cycle.
sleds.
Alright.
Will there be enough snow for that?
Depending on how bad his winter is.
Yeah, man. Fucking. We haven't had a lot of snow, like, really so far, but it's only the beginning. It snows well into, like, March and April here. But what really matters is, like, how cold it is because, different weather means different texture of snow. It can either be really fluffy when it's cold, or it can be real hard and icy when it's warm. And you don't want to go skidooing when it's icy because you'll probably eat shit and fucking have to go to the hospital. When it's cold, though, that's when they go out the most, like on the open lakes and shit, when they're all froze. They refer to it as hitting fresh pow. It's pretty Canadian.
Is that extra? Is that funny?
Oh shit! While you were talking about that, I was trying to think of more things I'd like to do up there. Like I'd like to see your
Yeah.
scenery.
I hate to keep going on
no,
about
no,
that,
no,
but
no,
like, yeah,
no. You're fine. I was just thinking further on.
I don't even know many people up here with snowmobiles.
That's just a dumb thing I want to do. I
We
really
could
do.
try it though. No lying.
Where could we fucking go?
We could get a bunch of pairs of snowshoes and go hike through the woods.
Dude, I'd do that.
Yeah, we
That'd
could.
be
yeah.
cool.
Check
Take us
out
up
It's
some
on
actually pretty fun.
We
You
go
like bring
camping
some
out
wood,
there.
make a fire and
Oh,
shit.
that would be sick.
Yeah.
Go
You
camping.
should send me some video if we can do sledding or snowboarding or anything like that. We can.
Snowboarding.
I've seen his friends make their own ramps. Like you just
Oh,
make
yeah?
your own ramp and whatever.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
down
in
for,
my
like, sitting on
hometown
the sled
though.
and hitting. I don't know about
Yeah.
snowboarding.
Yeah, I'd break my leg or some
Because
shit. For sure.
We got a
Dude, I'm
ski
in
hill
Canada.
here, and we did in my hometown too. But like, it wasn't enough for my friends, I guess. So we would go in the woods and find like really big drop offs, fucking shit on them. Even like BMX like jumps and shit we used to make.
Oh yeah.
And here, like everyone just goes up to the hill. Like it's like the only fucking hill in my whole like area where I live, and it's tall as shit. And people ski there. It's pretty wild looking. I went up on it before, but never skied down it. I'm not a skier or a snowboarder. Surprisingly.
It'd be super dope to do that. I want to walk into a dispensary. I want to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's on the list. That'd be.
I want to eat some gourmet poutine.
We can try.
What's that?
What do you mean?
Poutine?
You know what that is?
Did I just hear somebody ask, what is that?
Yeah, you heard Jackie
Yeah,
ask about it.
Like, I don't
Oh my
know either,
God.
so.
You guys know what poutine is?
No, never heard
Look
of
it up right now. I can't believe you guys don't know what poutine is.
Yeah, look up
How you spell it?
on Google Images or something.
Was it
Uh,
Poutin?
Or PU? Is it
With an
PU?
E at the end, yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, you got it.
It is
Oh.
fries with gravy and cheese curds.
But you can literally put anything on it.
Bro, I
Yeah, you can
basically
make them
make
in a
this
bunch
shit
of
all the
things.
I
time.
know, that's why I was like, what you talking about?
Alright.
He literally
It's-
makes stuff
it's-
like this. and
Hell
he's
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck poutine is.
It's really
You're over
good in
there being a
Canada.
culture vulture.
It's really good in Canada. That's why you gotta come here and try it.
Alright.
I don't mean to like shit on
He's got a-
anybody, but I've always heard that from Americans that it's
Ooh.
always better here.
Oh, okay. I
He
got
sent
you.
me
These
a
are good.
menu from one of the places up there. Oh, dude, you can get so much shit on your poutine. You can
Oh,
get
man.
taco. You can do all
Poutine
kinds of
pizza,
stuff, dude.
boy.
Alright, that's
Italian.
just crazy.
Italian poutine.
Yeah.
Italian poutine. Yeah, you can do better.
Yo, if there's anybody Canadian watching, diss me for saying like that, not the French way, by the way. Fuck that. I say it how I want, but keep going, boys. But yeah, fucking
Oh,
anything,
that egg
man.
right there. Click on that one.
No?
Click on that one. Dude, yeah, you bust open.
Breakfast
You
sausage
bust
poutine
open.
recipe with homemade
You
gravy.
bust the egg open. Oh my god.
You can do literally anything.
Oh,
Carbs are just
poutine.
flying down.
Oh, Wendy's now serves poutine all across Canada.
Yeah, it does.
I've read that the origin of the word poutine was used by like some French general or politician or something. He used to make that dish for like people that worked for him and himself. And it basically like he referred to it as a mess in that context. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it just looks like
he,
a
sa-
pile
he
of
said,
food.
I've made a fucking mess, basically. And it was a plate of poutine. And since then, like, they referred to it because that's the word he used to describe it. Whatever he
Awesome
made.
right now.
Mess.
We're just food.
Little history fact for you. I think it's true.
You should
It
know all your
is. I'm
history
just
facts
saying-
like
I'm
that.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think it's true.
I do that ironically, man. I'm just... People get on podcasts and they talk about shit they don't even fucking know about half the time.
I do that all the time.
Dude,
That's
that's
why
why I'm afraid to say too
that's
much
why I've
of
been
anything.
going
I'm like,
quiet
I
a
don't know.
little.
What's-
I dive right in, let them attack me.
That's why it's my favorite thing about having have Google right next to it. So I can just let's see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
clarify.
Fact check, man.
Fact check me. Make sure I'm not fake news. I don't want to put anything out there that could be considered fake news. Because-
Poutine.
We'll put a
But-
reference page in the bottom of
Origin
the
of
description.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want your Bunny Slug YouTube channel to get the...
Yeah, just absolutely obliterated. That'd be awful.
Because I lied about the origins of a fucking
Poutine?
Canadian
Yeah.
dish. Yeah.
That video now
Whatever.
has 8,500 dislikes.
Wow, I'm glad, that's great. I'm glad that many people watch.
yeah.
They gotta show
It's
people
like
that
a
they
lot,
can
it
There's
show.
doesn't
only
matter.
1,200 views, it says.
You guys see YouTube Rewind has like 9 million, 10 million dislikes.
Oh, the YouTube Rewind?
Yeah, did anybody watch that? Because
No, I've never
I'll be
watched
honest,
it. I
I
haven't
haven't.
watched it since 2012.
What is
Do you
it?
guys
The
know
world
Brock
did it.
Baker?
YouTube Rewind, it shows you all the big stuff from that year.
Oh, okay, I got
9
you.
million dislikes.
Yeah, Leafman, you know Brock Baker?
No.
YouTuber. Okay, but anyways, he said like, oh boy, YouTube Rewind is going to be so exciting this year. I can't wait to see my favorite influencers doing Fortnite dances in the suicide forest. And then literally it appeared in the video, like he was being ironic and it happened.
Oh no! Of course,
And that's all I've
Fortnite
seen
dances
from
were in
it.
dude. They had to litter those throughout the entire thing.
I hope it's a real screenshot that I saw because I looked into it and it seems to be the case. Like that's why it's so dislikable, you know? Like it pokes fun at everything bad for YouTube's brand. They're trying to get with it, but
I don't think any YouTube rewind video has a positive like to dislike ratio.
no, dude, and even then, like every year during YouTube Rewind season, like there's always like a YouTuber that gets every other YouTuber together to fucking do an actual one that anyone wants to fucking watch. You know what I mean? Like, not that I'm into them or anything, but I've seen at least one or two videos where it happened, like when they tried to expose who fucking How To Basic was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They had like fucking 50 YouTubers in one video, and it basically make up for the big steaming heap of shit that the previous year's Rewind was.
That they're all bad.
And it's been consistently bad ever since that.
They've been bad. No offense to PewDiePie, but
Yeah.
ever since they started putting him in those, they've been absolutely dreadful.
Yeah. Yeah, no hate to him. But come on, dude. Good segue, Charlie.
It was a good segue. That's actually
guys-
a good place to, if you want to stop, Odie, that's a good place to just end it. Because
Dude, I mean,
you've told us
it's
so much
we've been
stuff.
going on. Yeah, we've been going a while.
I could literally
and-
go for 3 hours. I could keep just asking you about Canada, but you don't want to let everybody know everything. Come on.
I mean,
now.
yeah. If I reveal my whole life to the internet, then people are just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, like it's him." Like, no, I don't want to be. It's him.
Well, at least
But no, yeah, it's been very Canadian. I can say that. We talked about being in the woods the whole
it has
time.
been
and
super
shit.
Canadian. It's pretty southern as well. the
Yeah,
entire thing.
very fitting. Very fitting.
So you're
I've
not
had
just
fun.
a man that makes music and engineers and constructs whole songs together. You're a whole
Yeah.
entire person.
I haven't even really talked about my music or nothing, but if you came here hoping to hear about anything to music, I'm sorry.
It's all up in the air right now.
Yeah, man.
You'll see it. Just
I'm
stay
working on
tuned.
stuff. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm
Good.
working on stuff.
Go fucking check him out.
That's awesome to hear.
This is my fucking favorite Canadian right here, Odie. I appreciate you
Put-
being with us, man.
Yeah, dude, it was
But
Yeah, man.
cool.
Go ahead.
when you edited, Charlie, can you put my
Say that. Whoa. You completely cut out. What'd you just say?
Okay, I'm sorry. When you edit this, can you put my @ right here? In my
Yeah,
screen
I'll
where
put.
I
I'll right there.
This is, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud at this link right here.
I got you, man. God damn it. Okay, yeah, I got you. This is a lot. Jesus. Yeah, just make a friend.
Dude, he's gonna have to
Hey,
animate
kitty,
that.
could.
I'm sorry, bro.
My
Okay,
cat's in
you can-
here.
Go on, just in that general area, okay? It's been a good one,
It's
guys.
been a great one, man. I appreciate it. You have to
really
be on
has.
another one soon. Talk about,
Fuck yeah.
maybe we can just talk about topics instead of personal life. But it was great getting
No,
to know
yeah.
more about you, man.
And I'm breaking the road for many to come through the Discord machine.
Oh, yeah, man.
I hope you guys like enjoyed this format. I did. It's cool.
Yeah,
And next
man,
time
I
we'll
think it-
have
think
a
it's
face cam right next to it, and we'll have a very nice layout going on. This will be probably the last one with this old film, but
All
I've
uphill
actually
from
loved
here.
how these have came out. These first 6. I appreciate you
Oh,
guys watching. And Odie, any last words? Anybody got any last words? Headlock, Jackie, anything?
It was nice talking with you, man. Haven't communicated
you guys
before.
too.
Uh,
I haven't really talked to you or Jackie before, so
I've
it's
been
been a
talking.
good one.
I've been talking with Leaf Man over here about getting on Discord, so we can just
You guys have
communicate from house to house while making an EP that we've been working on. So,
Fuck yeah, man. It gets work done, definitely.
hell yeah. But it's nice. Yeah. Try to stay warm up there.
Hell yeah. I'll put my scarf and my socks and all that shit on.
Yeah. There you
Adios, man.
go. See you, man.